the projector invitation, what you really need to know. Over the next 10 minutes, we're going to be going into what the invitation really means. What does the wait for the invitation actually mean? Is it really I can sit here and do nothing all day and the invitation will come in? The answer is no, by the way. So what does it actually mean? Now, who am I? My name is Rebecca Raab. I am an IHTS certified human design analyst, and I'm also a Living Your Design guide. And I've been primarily focusing on working with projectors now and understanding them deeply for the past 4 years. I've now spoken to over 1,000 projectors. I've put 300 projector students through official IHTS trainings, and I've run my own experimentation groups to really understand projectors and our strategy of wait for the invitation. So let's get into it. Now I'm going to start with this wait piece, because that's the bit that trips projectors up. It's the number one question I will get from a projector in a reading is, well, what does the wait mean? It feels really disempowering. It feels like the whole of my life is in other people's hands, and it feels like I've just got to wait and do nothing. What am I waiting for? What am I even looking out for? Can I do anything to get the invitation? Can I manipulate it in some way? Like, what do I do? Now, I first of all want to give you permission here to experiment with the human design system. It's an experimentation tool. It is not a rule book. So first of all, when we say wait for the invitation, I also want to give you permission to not wait for the invitation, although you're probably doing that now. And then I want you to compare what the difference is for you. What feels like more flow, more aligned, what feels better for you. But let's speak about what this wait means, because many of you will have already heard this terminology. You will have seen this all over Instagram, all over the internet, that projectors need to wait for the invitation. Now I want to give you a massive reframe here of the wait piece. And this massive reframe is the wait means make your mind wait. It doesn't mean you sit there do nothing. It means make your mind wait. Our strategy is partly working with our mind. Our mind is coming up with all these ideas, it's coming up with all these potentials, all these businesses, all these relationship opportunities, all these things that it wants to be doing. And the wait means, okay, that's a great hypothesis, that is a great theory, but make those thoughts wait. What are we waiting for? Confirmation from the external world. Confirmation from others that it's the right timing for that thing. So when you have that grand business idea, or you think, yes, this is the relationship I'd like to go into, but you haven't had an invitation, it's great information, it's great awareness to know what you are wanting, but make the mind wait. I hear projectors say to me, my intuition is saying that this is the industry, this is the thing. And if you want to experiment with the human design system, I would put it to you that if your intuition is correct, then the invitation will come. This idea that's what's for you won't pass you. So we simply test it. So the wait means make your mind wait. It does not mean do nothing. You do not need an invitation for everything. This is the other huge reframe that I want to give you that will enable you to live more of your life. You do not need an invitation for everything. So how do I distinguish this? You're going to hear out there from many other human design guides to take the big invitations. It's the invitations applying to work and love and all of this stuff. Yeah, it's true. Now, my massive reframe that I find works better for projectors is we do not need an invitation for everything. And the invitation is primarily referring to our interactions with others. So if it doesn't involve anyone else, if you've got all the resources, you don't need anyone else's involvement in any way, shape or form, then go for it. You do not need an invitation to live your life. You do not need an invitation to create, to swim, to run, to enjoy a movie. You don't have to have an invitation for these things, so long as you have your own resources to go and do them. It doesn't involve anyone else. Go live your life. A lot of projectors will feel after a time of experimenting that the invitation starts to feel like, not that I'm waiting for an invitation, but it feels like I'm waiting for permission. I want to remind you, you're not waiting for permission to do something. And the tool of human design is an experimentation tool. So you don't have to wait if you don't want to. It's an experiment. But if you want to wait, then it's likely, if it's aligned and it's the right timing, an invitation will come. But it's not permission. No. So we have make your mind wait. We do not need an invitation for everything. And that distinguishing feature between you As long as you don't need anyone else's involvement, you've got your own resources, you've got your own time, you're inspired, go do it. And in fact, there's a great benefit to that because when you are doing things that you love to do, you raise your level of energy. You're in this creativity, curiosity, and joy. You're in this projective play. And I've spoken about it before in other places that when you raise that level of energy, there's a great book, Levels of Energy, that maps human energy on a scale of 0 to 1,000. And around 500 is creativity, curiosity, and joy, exactly what we're trying to get into as projectors. And that is the same place that you're going to be starting to be seen as a guide. That's what this book says in this theory. That creativity, curiosity, and joy is the same level, the same frequency vibration as being seen and recognized as a guide. So it's no coincidence that invitations start coming in when we're in our greatest curiosity and joy. Now, what do we need an invitation for? And what are they? So invitations are a point of recognition. They're a point of navigation. They are literally like signposts in the road to say you could turn left here, you could turn right here, you can carry on going straight if you would like. There is a pivot point in the road and you get to decide which road to go down. Now, without that invitation, we're still in that make the mind wait. So we're gathering information, we're preparing because we're inspired. So I'm really inspired by this idea. Okay, well, create a minimum viable product or create a website for it or paint it. If it only involves you, just get your thoughts down. Prepare for eventually maybe this invitation coming in, or don't if you're not inspired. If you don't have the energy, if you don't have the resources for it, then don't. But if you're really inspired, there's nothing else you could be doing, then prepare. Offer up stimuli to the world is something I speak about, is something that Ra has spoken about. Projectors are here to offer up stimuli to the world so that they can respond to it. So when you're inspired in your creativity and your joy, create that minimum viable product, talk about it, and then the invitations might come. So invitations are that point of, do you want to turn left, do you want to turn right? It's our navigation point. It's also a point of recognition, and I want to be really clear here. We're not here to be recognized for everything. We are not here to be recognized for our not self. We are here to be recognized for our true self. Someone described this so beautifully to me. They said, true recognition is like when someone offers you a job or a relationship and it's a U-shaped hole. So I'm Rebecca, right? This is a Rebecca-shaped hole. No one else could fill this position. And we will wait for you to decide. It's a you position. It's not an open invitation. It's a specific invitation. And that specific invitation often comes with some kind of like kickback or reward or something, like either finances or living arrangements or something. It's often, or support, it's often partnered with some type of, look, there is this path available to you if you want to accept it. It's only for you. I completely recognize you for your strengths. And if you want it, we're going to pay you for it. Or we will offer you accommodation for free. Whatever it is. It often comes with that kind of thing. Or there's this course, I think you'd be amazing at it. I'd happily support you in studying. Like, let's pass this exam together. Fine. All of these are ways in which we are recognized, seen and recognized, and it's a U-shaped hole. Okay. So we have make your mind wait. We have you do not need an invitation for everything. We have you can be inspired and create and do if you have the resources. And in fact, it can be beneficial because preparing something you're inspired by just for the love of it offers up stimuli to the world for people to respond to that thing. But other than that, we have invitations where people truly see you and truly recognize you for yourself and give you the opportunity to turn left, turn right, kind of metaphorically speaking. The other point I'm going to bring up is that invitations are our biggest and probably our only form of gatekeeping, really, as a projector. So invitations, I mean, a lot of people imagine this as, oh, there's this relationship and I really want to go into it over there, or oh, there's this job and I can't wait to start it. And it's like feeling like you're leaving yourself and going to that space. But I want to reframe this too. No matter where you are, whatever country, whatever city, whatever person you're in a relationship with, guess where you are? You are within your own space. You are within your own mind. You close your eyes and it doesn't really matter. You are where you are. So you're never leaving yourself. You're always within your own bubble. Let's call it that. And projector invitations are a position for you to accept or decline people coming into your bubble, taking up your headspace, taking up your energy. And Ra used to speak about how once someone is in that projector aura, it's very difficult for them to leave. And if they enter in correctly, they'll leave correctly. But if they enter in incorrectly, it could be really messy on the way out. So at that point of recognition, and this is an invitation for you, Now it's a really serious point to decide using your authority, not your mind. And when we accept that, they come into our space, into our headspace, into our energy space, and they're in that bubble of ours. But if we decline it, great, it's not there. It's not in our bubble. Nope, not there. Okay. I feel like we're in a better space with this invitation piece. So make your mind wait. Follow what you're most inspired by. Enjoy living life. The moment someone else is involved, we want a specific invitation. Yes, there are open invitations. Things like you can apply if you'd like, or you can come and eat at this restaurant if you'd like. Yeah, we have open invitations. Use them as you'd like. But we're looking for specific invitations, and it does tend to be with the big things, but often it always involves someone else. It's someone else recognizing us for our true self, not our not self, not for our people-pleasing tendencies or our kindness or our loyalty. No, for your skill set, for the things that are within your chart. And once those things are in, they're in. And once they're out, they're out. And as long as they enter in correctly, then they'll leave correctly. And it's all fine. And therein lies another conversation, the invitation out of things, because that is a thing. An invitation is just an invitation. So you're just as likely to get an invitation into something as you are out of something. Everything that I've entered into as part of my experiment within human design, I've been very politely invited to leave if I would like, not forced. It's kind of been we're recognizing that, would you like to leave? Like, what are you feeling? And I'll say, okay, let me go away and soundboard on that. And then I make a decision, but it flows. So there are some actionable things for you to be experimenting with, or not experimenting with, because that is part of it, right? Of course, there is the real strict human design experiment of genuinely doing nothing, and things have come in randomly for myself through genuinely doing nothing and not forcing anything, just following the invitations and I call them like breadcrumbs, like getting to the gingerbread house, like following one invitation, then another one, and it leads somewhere. But there's also something to be said for really being in your creativity and passion and joy, offering up stimuli and having no expectation at all if an invitation will come, but watching the dynamics and seeing if the world is ready for it, because our invitations are an external point of recognition that is saying this is the right time, the right place, the right people, and it's you that we need. And until we get an invitation, it's just a theory. And we are very clever as projectors, we are very intuitive, we are very good at reading people, but we are better guides to others than we are guides to ourselves. So we might have an urgency over us that this needs to be done right now, here's my awareness, here's the thing that I want to create, but the world might not be ready for it for another 3 months, 10 years. So we wait for the external timing of people responding to say, yes, here's my deposit. I'd love to be part of this. Fab. If you have any other questions about the invitation, feel free to write them in the comments. I hope this was helpful for you. If you do want to go deeper into your chart, into the mechanics here, you can get a personalized reading. You can also have a look on our website and you can see some of the live trainings that we offer throughout the year, including things like the Living Your Design workshop that we try to offer live in person for projectors only. That is a massive deconditioning workshop. And the personalized readings are with myself, where we can go into the mechanics of your chart. All the links are below, and I hope to see you soon.